My heating and cooling expert, Nathan Shafer, is joining me here on the program today to talk about the importance of conducting regular maintenance. And I've always suggested, and I've always heard, twice a year, biannually. So let's hear it from the expert. Nathan, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Okay, at
Good.
least twice a year, right? Spring and fall?
Yeah, and it's not even so much has to be the certain time of the year, spring and fall, as it is just twice a year. So kind of, I always like to picture it to, we all drive cars, right? We've all got vehicles, and it's not a certain time of the year per se that we're changing the oil and servicing or maintenance in the vehicle, so much as it is the mileage, right, or the run time of that vehicle. Well, picture your heating and your cooling system; it runs year round, and so it's really just based off, hey, let's get that done twice a year. I do recommend once in heating mode and once in cooling mode, whenever that may be throughout the season. A lot of times that does fall in that spring and fall time. It works great with scheduling. It's typically either people's schedules, they're not traveling different things. But yeah, hitting that twice a year makes a huge difference on the overall performance of the system, longevity of the system, and comfort that system delivers to you and your family. So
I agree. People go to the dentist twice a year, right?
yeah,
Even a 6-month checkup, and it doesn't matter what time of year. I will say this though, I prefer having my air conditioning system really getting ready in the springtime for the summer. I really don't want to wait to September to have it checked. Right now,
right, yeah,
September, I want to have my heating checked.
hmm,
So for me personally, you know, the when the snow melts, right? So, early April would be a great time to have my air conditioning checked out. And certainly before we get that first cold snap, I would say by early October, I want to get my heating checked out. Does that sound right?
sure, yeah, absolutely. Get prepped and ready, right? Don't
Yep.
wait until it does get extreme hot or extreme cold, and systems start breaking down because they're being taxed and working hard. And then now everybody's schedules are full, right? And trying to get to all those no heat and no cools when most of the time it's something that could have been prevented. We have club memberships, our most valued customers, that automatically just have us come out twice. They don't have to worry about remembering to call us or anything else. It's just automatically on the schedule, and we show up, licensed technician, ready to go with a big smile, and takes care of that for them. And Jim, they're the customers that we see the least throughout the year as far as the breakdowns. We see them twice a year, yes, but it's just to do their maintenance and take care of their systems and keep them up to date. And they get so many benefits with being a part of that program. It's unbelievable.
It's really like going to see your doctor on a regular basis for a physical. Um, if you do that, the doctor gets to know you and your body. The
Yeah,
same thing with the team at Shafer. They get to know your systems well. And so you're treated a little different too, because when you're part of the program and you're part of the family and you call up and there is an issue, they're like, well, we'll be right out. I mean, we were just there 3 months ago. It was working fine. We're going to come out and get this thing going for you, ma'am. Right. And it's different than if you're not in the club, literally, you're not in the club, you're not in the program. They're like, okay, well, we'll get out there as soon as possible. But you guys, your technicians don't know what they're going into. They don't know. They have no record. They haven't been keeping records. And because they haven't been out doing regular maintenance. So the regular maintenance is important. Getting onto the club membership is important. It also generally will give you priorities, as a customer, as a client, and I think it's important. I mean, I've always said this: you don't want your heating and your air conditioning system on Sunday morning not to work. And in the winter, it can be really, really uncomfortable. It can also be dangerous. You can have burst pipes because of it. And in the summertime, may not kill you, but you'd be cranky.
that's for sure. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Like you said, we maintenance and we do these routine things, and everything else in our lives and all of our vehicles or your boat or your camper, all these different things, ourselves. We go to the doctor. Your heating and cooling system is no different, and so oftentimes it's forgotten about. It's kind of out of sight, out of mind, right? We're accustomed to it. We're just used to walking in the house and it's comfortable. But man, the moment that it happens, that Sunday morning, and the heat's not working, or this 90-degree summer day and the AC quits working, and we're cranky, right, buddy?
Mhm.
Then we remember it. And so one of the many advantages of being a part of that club, like you mentioned, is that, hey, it's just scheduled, it's done. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think about it. The heating cooling system typically isn't something that's exciting and fun to most people. For us here at Shafer Heating Cooling, it is. It's what we do every day, but for most, it's not. And so let us take care of that. Let us keep it up to spec for you, and so that you can keep enjoying that comfort of walking in the house and it being comfortable each and every time. And like I said, I know you mentioned there too, but you can go to the website. For time's sake, I won't go through them all today, but there's lots of benefits to being a part of that club, as well as getting the 2 services per year. So
Yeah, to look more into the club and to sign up, the link to the Shafer website is here in the description of this podcast. Also, their phone number as well. As always, Nathan, thank you so much for joining me here on the program. I really appreciate your insight.
hey, you're welcome anytime, Jim. Thank you.